name is Ryan with Berserk Custom Paint, and today I'm going to give you a little tutorial on what I feel is the proper way to lay out flames. I see a lot of people that try to do it yourself on flames and have no clue, and they come out looking all jaggedy, so I don't know. Hopefully this will help you if you're trying to do it yourself to, I don't know, be a little conscious of the proper way to lay it out, in my opinion anyway. First, I'm starting off with the 3M blue fine line tape. It's whatever your preference is. Some people use the masking tape, but I like the blue fine line. The difference between the blue fine line and the masking tape, which is the paper, like just like masking tape, is the fine line is more rubbery, more more pliable. But the downside is sometimes it'll pull back on you and it'll get out of shape. But the masking tape version doesn't have as clean of lines. It's more stable, it's not as pliable, and the lines aren't as clean. That doesn't mean it's wrong, because if you're pinstriping, then the masking tape version of this tape works just fine. But anyway, let's get started. I'm going to start down here with my lick. I call the tips of the flames, I call them all licks. So, put this lick up here. Now, starting with the second one, I'm coming back to the tip again. See, I'm not going to make the outside of it. I'm going to start from here and come in. Instead of trying to make the border of the flames, you just work off your last line. So I'll start at the tip. You want to make sure you start thin and you gradually get thick. You don't want any humps. Any humps, any wobbles at all, those stand out like a sore thumb. So you want to kind of be smooth with your motions. Just like that. Now these loops take a lot of practice. I probably don't even have it down. But I also like to make them, see that bottom one's horrible. If you do that, you come back and you look and you notice you made a mistake, pull it back up and go at it again. Is you don't want it to go thin, thick, thin, thick. That's not good. It'll look tacky. Let's say there's something you don't like, like here. I'm not completely happy with this line right here. Rather than pulling up all my tape to try to get to that line to fix it, you just come in to right here, to further on, like let's say my imperfection's right here. When you start back on the tape, that way you still get a gradual slope. And you just work into it and cut it out the way you like it. And there you go. Actually, I like this line better than I liked my line before it. I just cleaned it up a little bit. Okay? So now let's say you're masking this off. You want to mask it off and you want this flame lick, you want it to go behind here and then come back out and go in front of here. So it weaves in and out. Well, what you're going to want to do, if it's behind here, you want to get rid of all this tape. First you want to cut it all out. You want to cut this piece of tape out with a razor blade. Be careful, don't want to puncture the base coat. So you cut this piece out. You're going to go ahead and cut this one out. You're going to cut this piece out. You're going to cut these two out, and then you cut this one out. That'll leave, them cut out. Then when you go ahead and you spray your base coat, you go ahead and you add this one back in, because it's going to go on top. You just retrace what you've already done, come off this, and you'll trace it back in there. And that way you can either shadow it to give it, or you can give it like a red tip. So let's say this is, yellow, and the tips are red, and then I'll go ahead and this will be yellow with some shadows, and you just go ahead and give them red tips. And that'll separate this from this to make it, look like it's on top. Then obviously, you'll put a shadow here, or a shadow here, that'll make this look like it's behind this one. Well, there you have it. That's Flame Layout 101. I tried to add as much information as I can. Quick recap of what I've done. You want to make sure that at the end of these flame licks, for the most part, they look better if they flip out. A lot of times, sometimes when people will make them flip in, or they'll be straight, or whatever, that just doesn't look as good. Just try to practice flipping them out, and in the future, the better you get at it, you can change them up. Also, on these loops right here, you want to make sure that they got a good round, and it's got that gradual, thick into thin. If it gets any wobbles, then it doesn't look any good. Also, you don't want to make them too big and too round, because that doesn't look as good either. This is basic flames right here. Also, be conscious of imperfections. Look and see if you got any wobbles, any shakes, anything, and go ahead and fix them. Just like patch them in, just like I did here. Honestly, I'd probably even fix this a little more if this was a customer's job, but it's not. It's just for the video. I think you pretty much get the picture from here. Like I said, any questions, you can post them in the comments section. If you want me to work on any of your jobs, you can go to berserkcustompaint.com. I'd be happy to do paying customer work too. Also, you can add me on Facebook at TownsendRyan84 at yahoo.com. Let me see some of your work, or if you have any questions just about paint in general, I'll try to answer them as much as I can. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.